because we can get those into the system because that's part of the judicial system. We can collectively write a law and make our legislators vote on it. So if that's your talent, you can work. You can work.
I believe in a call for space in every individual, because not everybody's going to be on board with that. Right? It's going to be their decision. And that's the reality behind it. We can't make people do things, right? So if they don't choose to, then they're not. However, every interaction that we have with that individual, they're going to live with that. They're going to remember that, you know, and hopefully it's a trickle effect, like, oh, this is cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the situation was this or that, and, you know, she treated me with respect. And that's the point. It's one interaction at a time. We're never going to be able to, like this, what we're doing now is cool. This is the vibe, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's one interaction at a time. It's outside of this. Everybody's not out there. Then how is it going to be? How are people going to interact with each other, you know? We're going to still be here with y'all 2 months later. You know, people out here, hopefully they're still with us 2 months later. But the reality is the chance that they're not. Right? So we'll still be here. You know, we'll still treat everyone with respect. Because, like I said, everybody's human, and everyone wants to be treated with respect, and that's the reality.
Okay. So, I feel you on both sides. But I was the one that came down here talking to Evelyn and everybody saying that we don't have to call you out. We don't have to call you out.
So now we gotta pray for justice.
You as a police officer can be an example, or even just talk to one of your other police officers and on the last night. Because like you said, you can always start with interaction. Over here, we're policing ourselves, like we got that. But we want to know if the police officers are actually doing their research. If y'all are checking your person of non-color situations, even if they are higher ranked than you.
And that's the thing, like, everyone has to hold each other accountable, right? So that's the ultimate goal, okay? We can't expect people to understand what they've never experienced, right? I can tell you, I can tell somebody of another race what I've been through, but they'll never understand it because they don't see what I see. They don't go through what I go through on a daily basis. So yeah, it's that person has to be willing to learn. However, when it comes to the department as a whole, you know, as far as our department and, you know, my shift, my team, yeah, we're all willing to hold each other accountable because we're people first. I'm saying this badge means nothing. You know, it's my duty to protect everyone else, right? At the same time, at the end of the day, when I'm home, I'm joy. You know, this means nothing. So that's just the thing. Like, it's just something that I wear. But a lot of times with the community, you know, even black people, like when they see me, you know, we get called so many different names, and it's not right. But you know, I don't hold that against them. That's an unhealed emotion that they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time meeting you, so how am I going to be this? And we never met before, you know? But like I said, it's that experience because a lot of times when you talk to people with dignity, they come down, you know what I'm saying, to your level, and they're more rational, and then it becomes apology. Like, man, you know, my bad. Like, I'm sorry I did this. I was just upset. All right, cool, no doubt. You know, and that's the reality. We have to hold each other accountable.
So how long have you been on the force?
About 4 months. 4 months. Law enforcement runs in my family, though. I have other brothers who are sergeants, senior police officers, so it's just something that runs my family. I used to be an athlete, play ball back in the day, but the reality is we all have to hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you as a black woman, when you take off your badge and you go home, do you have the sense of safety that, because I know you don't know every single officer out here, do you have the sense of safety of you mess up and run a red light or something like that, just accidentally, and one of these police officers pull you over, and they're not as calm or as, you know, understanding as you would be? Do you feel safe in your own department? Not in your own department, but with the rest of these people out here, without your badge?
Without my badge, yes.
Yeah.
Without my badge, yes. And I say that because the simple fact is, yes, everybody doesn't know me. I don't know everyone else, right? So if I'm in the wrong and I do something, I get pulled over. At the same time, I'm not going to do irrational things to make them think as if I'm a threat.
Okay, but
Right,
George
right.
Floyd did either.
So no, we're not talking about George Floyd. We're talking about me
Okay.
going home and how I feel.
You're right.
That's what we're talking about, right?
You're right.
So
Stay on topic.
me driving home, I run a red light, pull me over. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn on all my lights so they know where my hands are. You know what I'm saying? Just because officer safety is always at risk. You know what I'm saying? Like so many people try to hurt police officers for no reason. And knowing that and experiencing that on a day-to-day basis, I understand what that officer's thinking when he goes up to a traffic stop, right? So many officers are killed daily on traffic stops, right? So it's that experience that they take with them that we take with us when we do approach a vehicle until we know, oh, it's safe. So now I can let my guard down a little bit, right? But like I said, we're talking about me going home outside of my uniform. So,
the man right next to you said he doesn't care about Black Lives. Yeah, I asked him. I said, do you stand with the movement? I said, you support Black Lives Matter? He said, no. Him.
Who
He said that. They both said that. Yeah, they both said that.
I'm pretty sure they did it because I just had a nice
I
long
talked to him.
conversation with him, sir. People like that are who we want to stay away from. They're agitators. Sir, back up.
Oh my God, you said pepper, bro.
They're on all lives matter.
You said all lives matter, sir? Okay, I just wanted to get that on video. I'm just recording, man. Just kind of staying out of the... Yeah, cool.
Okay.
I remember, man. It's because you had your helmet on yesterday.
All lives matter. Black lives matter.
Thanks, man.
They can't say that on camera. Black lives matter. I literally had an officer, 2 officers yesterday who stand up and were like, that I was a liar. Because I told them that the police force was made to capture slaves in America. And they called me a liar. Did you know that? Did you know that the police force in America was made to capture slaves? Like the actual police force?
no.
You didn't know that?
No.
Girl, because I've been trying to figure out how to get that information to y'all, because every time I ask one of these gentlemen, one of these ladies, they always tell me that, oh, the police force was started in London in 1700s or something like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what they're taught, right? Just like we're taught in history that it's not the slave trade no more. It's not the triangle trade. It's the Bermuda trade. But at the end of the day, it's the slave trade, right? So if it was the police force and they were there to protect and serve the people in London, why when they came to the United States did they not come until they brought the slaves over? Until they wanted to push the indigenous people out.
And it sucks if, I'm saying, if that was the reality, but that's not our focus now.
Okay, but how can we say that when the statistics are different, the laws show different? The laws were built literally to oppress black people. 1980, June 19th, was the day that Texas said that we are one whole person.
Right.
One whole person.
I'm aware of that, right? So,
Yeah.
You're talking about oppression. So I can oppress you. Do I dictate your future? What do you do now?
What do I do now?
What do you do now?
I'm out here.
No. Like, do you have a job?
Oh yeah.
Where do you work? You have a... I don't want to say too much because I'm not
No,
trying to
you're
put your
good.
business out there, right? So you have a job. Are you in school or anything like that? No, not in school, but you're happy with your job, right? Okay. With that being said, can I prevent you from going to work?
You can't prevent me from going.
How can I prevent you from going to work?
By stopping me when I'm, probably smoking a blunt or something on the way to work or something.
It's smoking a blunt. Is that?
Or I accidentally ran a stop sign because I'm rushing to get to work or stop.
So running a stop sign, what is that? Is that against the law or is that with the law?
Technically, it's against the law, but why would it be against the law if it's an accident?
It doesn't matter. It's an accident, right?
I get it.
So you run the light or you run the stop sign, right? You committed a transportation violation. Okay. So I'm authorized to uphold the law, right? So I stop you. Okay.
But let's say you don't stop me. Let's say one of these white men up here stop me.
Okay, they stop you.
How's it going, Officer Gutierrez? Good. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Here, I have a question for you because you said all lives matter, right? And it's not that I disagree with you, man. I think this guy could agree that everyone's life is important. But, you know, I think one thing that upsets people when they hear all lives matter is that, like, it's kind of like, I've heard a lot when you break one of your bones, right? Like, you're going out, you're skating, you fall, you break your wrist. And when you go to the doctor, you know, yeah, all your bones matter, right? Your ribs matter, your knees matter, like all your bones in your body matter to you. They're all important, but when one of them is broken, right, you go to the doctor and you tell them, hey man, you know, my wrist right here, it hurts, it matters, I want you to pay attention to it. And so I feel like a lot of people take the all lives matter movement as kind of like going to the doctor and saying, hey doctor, all my bones matter. Like, you know, even though there's one broken bone, it's kind of like taking away attention from a movement. And I don't know how you feel about that, man. It's like, I don't know what you think, because that's why people get upset, right? I feel when they say all lives matter, because I think everyone agrees all lives matter, but I think people are like, well, it's because tonight we want to focus on Black lives.
I hear what you're saying. Me personally too, you know, like I also feel like with all this going on, it's actually happening out there. Officers are dying as well during these protests, you know. A lot of people on both sides are getting injured and killed and hurt. And I think a lot of people are forgetting about the fact that there's people on both sides that are losing their lives, you know. And all this chaos that's been going on, like the past couple of days have been absolutely awesome. Having the opportunity to come out here, take off my helmet, and be able to talk one-on-one with someone without fear of a water bottle hitting us in the head, without fear of people rolling up with rifles like we almost had yesterday with some sketchy incidents that happened, you know. Like being able to have some peace out here and talk has just been absolutely awesome. And it's not that I'm saying that Black lives don't matter. Yeah. It's just me just sitting here frustrated at the fact that these protests continue, the riots continue, and other people on both sides are continuing to lose their lives.
All right, well, thank you so much, Officer Gutierrez. I appreciate your answer. Hey, man. Got anything to say?
You know I do.
Go ahead, man. Say it.
Well, I heard everything.
You know, I'm just reporting, so
I heard everything he said, and if I said I disagree, I would be lying. But if I said I agree with everything, I would be lying.
Yeah.
The reason is because yes, we're in the moment right now, and yes, these riots are happening, and yes, people are getting hurt on both sides. But we're talking about years and years of frustration, and years of hate crime, and years of racism towards one type of people that look like me for years and years and years and years. That's why when people say all lives matter, especially right now in this moment, since there's been so many deaths back to back to back to back in such a short amount of time, that's why it's so disrespectful. It's because all of the years and all of the pain that's been passed down from generation to generation, unwanted pain that's been passed down from generation to generation. Every death that's happened was not justified, because if that was the case, we would be hypocrites for being out here. We're out here for the deaths for the people who died for absolutely nothing, man. And yeah, maybe they did something minor, but was that minor thing? Did that minor thing cost them a life? Did that minor thing cost them a life, man? Did that minor thing cost them being hurt and being killed? It's two different things. You can detain a person without stopping them from breathing. You can have a heart, even if you got 3 cops on one person and he ain't putting up that much of a fight. What are you doing? I tell people all the time, man, I do sympathize with the officers because I was in the military. I know all kinds of laws. I know all kinds of training. I done been through a whole bunch of stuff. They've been through different training. They've been through their different stuff. They got to follow their protocol. Blase, blase. But even during times of war, there are rules of war that you have to follow. Even if you're in enemy territory, if you haven't gotten the rules to kill a certain type of a certain type of enemy during war, you can't just go up and kill somebody. You have to have the AOK 100% authorization to do that. Like, you have to, even during times of war. So if they do that in the military, even during times of war, why is it so hard out here on the street? I understand you guys fear for your life. When I was in the military, we feared for our lives for stuff we did. I went to IUD, which is right next to Afghanistan. Look it up. IUD, right next to Afghanistan. Bombs were set off over there. I mean, RPGs was shot at us, all type of stuff. We feared for our lives, but we only can shoot the actual threat. We can't just go and just, well, this person, he don't got no weapon, but he sure lives running real fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay down a couple of shots at him. There's so many other different tactics to take a person down without using a bullet. We out here protesting, what y'all use on us? Rubber bullets, bean bags. Like, it ain't, I mean, come on, it's a choice, man, it's a decision. And like, the fact that we have all of these cameras like we have right now that can record everything, they have body cams right now that can record everything, it's no excuse, because now we see what y'all see. And if we see what y'all see, if all of these people out here are saying that what is going on was not done right, then why can that one person who actually did the act feel the same way? They shouldn't, like, it shouldn't take them going to, they should already know. It shouldn't take them going to court. And look, man, I'm not holding every individual cop against one cop action. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, because all of them aren't bad. They're not. They're not. We don't know what they talk about and when they go and they get together and they change their shifts. We don't know what they talking about. They could be right with us saying, yeah, man, that was dirty. Man, that dude should have never did that. He making us look bad. That's why even out here doing this protest, when people out here acting a fool, trying to riot and trying to do stupid stuff, when we see people out here trying to pay people to get something started with the cops, we shut that down, because we're not out here. We're not out here to start violence. We're out here to just talk and teach. I keep saying it. I say it every day. I'm gonna continue to say it every day. Each one reach one, then each one teach one. Have communications with the people that you protest with. Have communications with the cops. You never know. You never know. You might change their way of thinking about something. And if not, at least you tried. At least you tried. But saying all lives matter, I'm not saying that it's bad, but it is still a slap in the face, because what keeps happening and the lack of accountability that we have as a whole in this country, not just in Austin, in this country that we have as a whole, man. It should be more people, it should be more police than the police. It really should, man. Like, even with George Floyd, we saw 3 cops sitting there. I know they gotta follow protocol. I know they gotta do certain things a certain way. But you telling me somebody couldn't be like, all right, man, you can take his knee off his neck. We saw another protest, I forgot where it was. It might have been Minnesota, where it was 2 cops. This dude, he was tripping, riding. One cop got on him, the other cop got on him. The dude had his knee on his neck, and the other cop said, hey man, get your knee off his neck. You see how easy that was? It wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard, man. It's the small things, man. If you know that person isn't about to put you in real harm as far as taking your life, why are we taking it? Why are we taking it? Why are we doing it?
Thanks.
It's just a disappointment.
Do you have some more people can follow you on Instagram, Facebook?
Oh, yeah. So if y'all watching this right now, please go follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok at _etc. _etc. That's _ETC ETRA _ETC. Go follow me. Go watch my content. I put a lot of positive stuff because I'm all about showing love. I'm all about motivating, inspiring, and speaking the real truth, man. And look, if you're mad at cops, I understand. But don't be mad at all of them because all of them aren't the same, man. All of them are not the same. Well, like I keep preaching, and I'm gonna keep preaching. Each one teach one, and then each one reach one. It starts with us having a conversation with another individual, and then pushing that individual to go talk to somebody else, and that individual to go talk to somebody else. And we can get one cop that may be thinking some negative things about people of my color, and we can change his mind and change his perspective. He may be able to change his family, and his family may be able to change another family. One person at a time, one day at a time, 1 month at a time, 1 year at a time. You may be getting discouraged. You may be getting discouraged, but don't lose sight of the real fight, man. It's bigger than us. You're a part of something great. Just by watching this, just by going to follow me, sharing my content. I'm not doing this for public views. I'm not doing this to try to get no fame. I'm doing this because I care about my people. I'm doing this because I was in the military and I served this country. So I feel like I ought to put my time in serving this country, and I'm putting more time in serving this country and my people by coming out here and doing this. And I just feel obligated with being out here. And I just hope that man, y'all continue to follow me.
Thanks, man.
This live stream that y'all own, show this man some love because he is hardcore. I know his hands be hurting. I know his arms be getting tired. I know he do, but he's always out here recording. He's always prepared. Always got his stuff charged. So be sure to show him some love. Please show him some love. This is a good man.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much,
too,
bro.
man.
Thank you
Over
so
here.
much.
Let's go. Officer Gutierrez. Just a follow-up question, man. Could you say like Black Lives Matter, man? Like not necessarily like could you say? I mean, I think you could say, but could you understand like Black Lives Matter? Do you feel that, man?
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't understand what everyone's out here protesting, Like, I'm here with everyone. Like, I agree with all the peaceful people out here, man, that are asking for justice. I'm asking for justice, too. I think the majority of us out here, I would have trouble finding someone out here that doesn't think that the incidents with George Floyd was completely just and everything was reasonable for what they did. No. I think I would have a lot of trouble finding someone that would disagree with that, I think we're all in unison and are wanting justice, are wanting accountability, and like you said, I just want everyone to know that we're here with y'all guys,
Yeah. Man, so you feel you could say Black Lives Matter?
But,
Man, I know you feel it. I know you do. Because it's like going to the doctor, It's like you go to the doctor and you're like, doctor, my wrist is broken. And he's like, oh, well, all your bones matter. You're like, but I want to focus on the wrist right now, because it's broken. And that's kind of the spirit here, And like, if you feel that, man.
A lot of the conversation, too, comes with there's a big lack of communication and understanding as far as what we do and why we specifically do certain things. So I work on Charlie sector of town, so that's on the east of 35.
Yes.
I've been there for an entire year, and I'll say that the majority of my interactions with people are all with members of the minorities. So I deal with a lot of Black and Hispanic people in my sector where I work, just because demographically, that's the type of people that we have in our area. So when you think about the type of arrests that we're making, the type of use of force instances that we're getting into, yes, we do get in a lot of use of forces with members of the minority community, and it doesn't mean that we're out here targeting a specific type of person. It's because we're out here working in a particular part of the community. We have different use of forces that do not care. Our policy does not care whether you're a white, Black, Hispanic, Asian, no matter what it is. When we have use of force instances, it is based on case law, different reviews of R2Rs that have happened in the past, different indicators that we look for when we're doing things, when we go on traffic stops. There's a million things going through our minds based on the way someone talks, the way someone moves, where they're reaching, how they're reaching, their behavior, their language, how they're interacting with us. And a lot of people don't quite understand why we might prepare for these instances by pulling a gun out on someone when we don't see a weapon yet, bringing our taser out and tasing someone before they reach for their weapon, because there's things we look at. And I think a lot of that could come, a lot of understanding could come from doing review on case law, looking up up our policy that is available to everyone online that has our use of force policies and coming and doing write-outs. I've had plenty of people that have came and do write-outs with me who have seen me interact with the public and left with a greater understanding of like, that's why you told me to stay in the car. That's why you told them to put their hands behind your back when you did. You know? And I think a lot of it comes from just this understanding. This right here has been great because we get to understand people of the public more, and they also get to understand us a little bit more. I think in order for this to continue to get better and for everyone to grow, we need a better understanding of everything. And I think it would be great for just people to continue to just do their own research in the case law, use of force instances, come do write-outs, and I am in no way saying that all use of force that we do is good, that every officer is a saint, that we all make great decisions, because at the end of the day, when I take this uniform off, I am no different than you. I'm 23 years old and I'm out here doing this stuff, and I don't have any super military training or any super great training other than what I've gone through in the academy and what I've gone through and done with like experience out on the streets. This is a job that changes every day where you make decisions on the spot, and it's difficult. And I think if the more people understand that and the more people come and ride out with us, the more we can all continue to bridge that gap between the police and the community.
Cool, man. Well, thank you so much, Officer Gutierrez. You have a good day.
You have a good night. So,
are there like conflicts between having to identify with sort of the movement and problems you see in the force?
Hi, Officer Griffin. Can I ask you some questions? If you're not engaged in that conversation, I wouldn't want to interrupt. Let me adjust this real quick. So, I could turn off the light. Yeah, of course. I know it could be a little off-putting. I just turn it on for better quality, but the quality comes from our dialogue, right? So, one of our streamers is asking that if you had any thoughs about the charges that came today for 3 of the officers, and if that changes anything for you.
I mean, justice is being served, right? So, I mean, as far as thoughts, I think it's good that those officers are going to be held accountable, just with anybody else. Like, if somebody else does something, they should be held accountable. So, I mean, I think it's the legal process is working in the way that it should be working, so that people who need to be held accountable are held accountable.
Awesome. Another question we have, we've seen a lot of things happen in the last week, right? Saturday was wild. I think even Sunday night was really heavy and very chaotic, but then Monday, Tuesday, and tonight have been very peaceful. You know, what new things have you learned or considered this week that you didn't know before from the dialogue that you've had, from the protests that you've observed, from the experiences that you've had since you've been out here?
I don't think anything has changed. It's just that the fact was those first couple of nights, we weren't allowed to have that interaction because of the atmosphere, right? So, you know, we want to be able to communicate with the community, and the fact that it's not chaotic and there's not things being thrown back and forth, that we have that opportunity to speak to y'all. So it's not as if something changed or if I learned something new. It's just the fact that I'm able to actually interact with people now.
Yeah. So I have one last question for you. When I was out here for the first time, I didn't have all this gear that I have today. My stream got some popularity, and I got a lot of donations that allowed me to buy some things that have helped me record things a lot better. But before that, it was really hard for me to identify myself as someone recording, someone being part of the press. And the problem is the same thing with people like medics who, you know, are out here as volunteers, don't always have the clearest markings on their body that they're here to be medics, or like me, I'm here to be the media. What's the best way that we could identify ourselves when things get chaotic, that the medics or us are not being violent and that that we're just here to provide medical services or to record what's going on. What's my best way to communicate that to you?
I don't necessarily think that it's a communication to us. As far as the whole medic thing, I know that the crowd was still being very aggressive when the medic was out there trying to render first aid. So my advice would be to just not try to get in the midst or in the middle of the chaos and just stand off to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like record from a safe area when you know that commotion is going on in a certain area. Don't run to that area. Right? You want to stay away from that area because our job is to deal with the problem in that area.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want, just like for instance when we went to put out the fires, right? We had things thrown at us and we're trying to prevent a car from going down. It was just chaotic. It was just chaotic.
Yeah, and I'll tell you personally, I've been maced like 4 times. Not directly, but like, you know, someone getting maced next to me and then I get hit. And I take that risk, right? Because I feel like some of these people deserve to see what's going on at the front, and sometimes they're at the very back. Huh?
How come they're not here?
Who?
The people that you said that
Oh, some of the people are, you know, disabled, immunocompromised, like, or have to work, can't be here, or from out of town. There's some people watching from like Africa, people watching from Thailand, you know, that want to see. Huh? It's not a one-hit wonder type of situation.
we can taste this.
Yeah, but thank you so much, Officer Griffin. You have a good day.